Welcome to Manga. I'm Agent Manga, and sorry about not making a Black Clover review on earlier this week. I plan on making it tomorrow. It's just I made another Record of Ragnarok video earlier this week. I tried using a new software to try to edit my video. I just tried a whole bunch of stuff. It didn't work. Huge waste of time. Sorry, that's why I haven't gotten a video out recently, because I've just been trying to find a way to create a video that I actually wanted to make, but just couldn't. Sorry about that. Let's just get to the chapter. I love these two chapters. They are amazing. Like, we get to see, I'm gonna spoil it, we get to see Beelzebub, which is one of my fan favorite characters, even though we haven't seen him yet, because sure, people have theories about all the other gods. I like all the other gods, but Beelzebub, he is the one that fascinates me the most. Also Nikola Tesla, those two are on the same tier. Well, if before I saw Jack was probably at the top of the tier. No, wait, yeah, Nikola Tesla was, or because he's not even a fighter. Like, you can argue away Rasputin and like the seer guy, you can argue that away, but no, this guy, Nikola Tesla, is a scientist, just a scientist. That's why he's so fascinating to me. That's why I picked him up with Beelzebub and Nikola Tesla. And in this chapter, we might actually get to see, like, Beelzebub might actually go against Nikola Tesla, because he seems to be like the mad scientist type. Although I do have a little problem with the design, although I do see him, I'm gonna backtrack. I see two people with him going up against Nikola Tesla or Grigory Rasputin. I think it's either those two, because he kind of has a priest look. In fact, when I first saw the roars of these chapters, I thought, wait, are we seeing Rasputin in this chapter? Because I'm fine with that. We haven't really gotten to see, like, many human fighters before they've shown up. We've basically seen nearly all the god fighters before they've had their match. And I just want to see, like, more human fighters show up. Like, we only have like 3 human fighters that are already revealed. We know what they look like. Like Simon Haha, which I love that guy. Well, I think he might actually be a female, just because of the design we see. Yeah. He looks feminine, and he's hiding his appearance. I think he might be a woman. I don't know. It's just a thought in my head. I'd be fine if he's not a woman, but I think he is a woman. I might be crazy. Let me know down below how crazy I am. And Qin Shi Huang, who was the first emperor of China, which I would like to see. And I should get to the chapter. In this chapter, we basically get the end of Buddha versus Zero. But I don't like the way it ended at the end of this chapter, at the end of 48. But I did like the fight. Like, I love Zero. Like, Zero is in the top tier of my favorite characters. Well, along with Buddha, those two are top tier characters. This fight I really enjoyed. Like, we got, like, in this chapter we have, like, Zero, like, the first main attack Zero does in this chapter. He throws his axe onto the ground, it spikes out to try to attack Buddha. Buddha uses his mace to protect himself, and then Zero, like, makes a new weapon, which I love. Like, all his weapons, they look so, like, disgusting, and it reminds me of, like, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, those types of games. It just reminds me of that. Like, it's his weapon, he literally twists like a rope, it breaks and reveals a spine. I get it looks very edgy, and it does, but it is awesome, these designs. Like, this Zerufugu's weapon is like 2 bladed weapons on like a kind of like a nunchuck thing. It's like two big bladed nunchucks. That's the best way I can describe it. It's not a very good description, but it is a description. And then Buddha, like, Buddha has his emotions that decide what weapon he gets, but it doesn't like automatically change. He has to willingly change it. So that's pretty cool. His weapon just doesn't go, oh, I feel this emotion, oh, shield. Like, he has to willingly go like, oh, transform weapon. It's random, and I quite like that. Like, I love this fight, like its battle mechanics, like all this type of stuff. Like Zero Fuku's misery, making his weapons more powerful, and is able to willingly change it. Buddha is also able to change his weapons. I definitely like Buddha's weapons over Zero Fuku's, and when he goes to defend himself against Zero Fuku's double-bladed nunchucks, he makes a halberd, which I really do like. I like Buddha's weapons. They look pretty cool, but they're not like, they're pretty cool, but they're not as good as Zero Fuku's weapons. And this entire match is basically Zero trying to hit Buddha, and Buddha's basically owning this entire match. Like, the only person getting strikes in is Buddha, and Zero Fuku is trying his best. And at the end, I'm gonna spoil it, like, these two at the end of this part of the fight, they actually get to know each other, because Zero just realized, yeah, I fucked up. I do want to be like Buddha. I want to actually be friends with Buddha. But they do become friends at the end and just go for a punch-up. He loses all his misery, so his weapon is useless. But all of Zero Fuku's weapon, like, I'll show you an image right now. What do you think that is? It's just a bowl. It kind of looks like an orange, doesn't it? A budded flower. Holy shit. Look at how bladey this... Did you see that? It was awesome. It's just like all these blades. It's like a flower of death. All of Zero's weapons are amazing. And I love it how, like, I love them. I love these two characters. Buddha is the one who succeeded at trying to help people and went around his own way. Zero went around his own way, tried to help people, and he failed. And on some level, Zero does respect Buddha, but he just can't handle that the best he could do. Like, he is failure. I see Buddha. I mean Zero Fuku. Zero Fuku is failure because he tried his best. He did all he could, and he still failed. It didn't matter that he helped people. It's just he is failure incarnate. That's what I see. He is human failure. Like, some people will succeed, some people will fail, but I love Zero because he's very human. He failed. He tried to help people. He went around a way that he thought was the best, and he just got shit on. Like, he's above Buddha. I love Zero more than Buddha. I still like Buddha. Like, it goes Jack, Zero Fuku, I don't know, like Adam, Zeus, like around that level. Buddha is, like, I still have Adam and Zeus around there. I'm very flip-floppy about Adam and Zeus. Like, I could flip through them all day. I could say, oh, Zeus is, I prefer Zeus over Adam. No, I prefer Adam over Zeus. I love those two characters. But Jack is my favorite. He is the darkness of humanity, and Zero is literally failure of humanity. Is all our failures, and how he is literally our failures. Like, he failed to try to help us, and we failed him. We took his gift, and we didn't even say thank you. That's why I love Zero. That's why he's like my second favorite character. I prefer him over Buddha. Fight me. While this flower of death basically attacks Buddha, he changes his weapon into, like, kind of reminds me of a dagger, but he calls it a sword. It's basically a tiny sword, also a giant dagger. I love it how Buddha just tries to help Zero, and I like the end of the chapter, but it kind of made me feel sad, like, oh damn, now they're gonna have to fight each other to the death, even though they're friends. I hate that. But the next chapter helped me out, because it made me, I'm gonna spoil the end, but once once Buddha gets through to him saying that you need to love yourself, I get you tried your best, I get it, I respect you, Zero, I really respect you, please just join me, let me help you. And the gods start cheering for Zero, because he just feels like nothing. He is failure. That is what Zero is. Jack is the evil of humanity. Zero is the failure of humanity. I love that. That is why I love those two characters. And at the end of this chapter, Zero just feels happy. He reverts to his original form. He loses his misery form, but his horns fall off. And something I like to mention for this chapter is that I went to look back in the chapter, like the previous, like when he, in his backstory, to look at his, when he got the horns, he had them in his original form, like he was normal, he still had the horns. So these horns were always there, and he does become like the devil to Buddha. Like, who is this guy? I think that Zero and Buddha are going, I think how this fight is going to end is that this new being, Hajin, which is the devil basically in Buddhism, who tempts Buddha to basically fall. I really think that Zero Fuku is going to sacrifice himself trying to save Buddha from this guy. I really think that that's the way it's going to be. Because I love Zero, and there's in this chapter, in 49, he tries his best. He doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to be evil anymore. He doesn't want to have any more misery, but it's forced upon him. He has no choice. Maybe, I think that Zero, I think this is like in the works, basically to try to take out Buddha, like Beelzebub, and that we see later in this chapter, who I love. Beelzebub, don't like the design as much as I would have preferred. I like the design, but I think it would have fit better for either Rasputin or like some other god. Like, it looks very priestly. I can respect that he's kind of like he's an anti-priest. But the second chapter, not much happens besides Zero becoming Hajin. I'm just gonna call him Hajin because I can't say it, but Hajin looks terrifying, and Buddha, I bet, will fight tooth and nail. And like, one problem I had is that it's a fight to the death. It's not a fight to, oh, you get knocked out, oh, winner. No, it's to the death. We know that these two characters that entered, they will be leaving dead. One will be leaving dead, the other one will leave victorious. I didn't see this going any other way. I was gonna be like, shit, now Buddha has to kill Zero, but now I think Zero will be fighting. Kind of like, you know how Seven Deadly Sins has like the Demon King at the end of the series, and they should have ended it with the Demon King. They really should have ended it with the Demon King fight, because I say, oh, that was one, for me, Seven Deadly Sins ended with the Demon King arc. The Chaos King, nope. It kind of flopped after that. Jumped over the shark. Went on that little bit too long. Like, they could have been, oh, I resurrect Arthur, Kath, you're just still Kath. I can't wait for this fight, and I think that the gods are planning kind of an overthrow. Like, the Greek gods are going to be overthrown. I think like Shiva is going to be weakened, and maybe they'll take out Brahma and Vishnu, Rudra, all these characters, all the strong characters from each of the mythologies, and like they enter them into the tournament, have them be weakened, and then all of them be taken out. The characters I think are a part of this plot. I should have thought of Beelzebub first, like Beelzebub, Odin, Hermes. Yes. People I think are going to be in this rebellion will be Beelzebub, Odin, Hermes, Loki, and I don't know anybody else. Maybe some other gods, but maybe even Rudra. I think Rudra won't be, but who knows, Rudra might be a part of this rebellion. Maybe he became a little bit spiteful over Shiva defeating him, and maybe he'll join these guys. I don't want that to happen. I like Rudra, but I think, oh, why not? And I want to see more Beelzebub, and this kind of reinforces, like, yeah. You shh. We get to see, like, I don't want Rudra to be a bad guy, but who knows, he might betray. He might have gone a little bit sour over, like, oh, Shiva's the new leader of the Hindu gods. I really wanted to be that. I wanted to be on top. And he might have been spiteful and be like, hey. And I think, like, Gol, I don't want Gol to fight, but I think Gol will be, like, taken by Odin to become, like, his mighty spear to, like, take down people. I think that's what's gonna happen, and I don't want it to happen, but I think that's what's gonna happen, and there's definitely something going on in the background, and